Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hi. So this is MJ's Off the Hook and Hand Jan Crochet. So I am streaming on, we'll let Hannah tell what channel she's on, but I'm on my YouTube channel, my Facebook channel, and in my Facebook group.
And if I'm completely honest, not entirely sure which button I've pressed now because it
You're not
asked me
sure
to unpress one.
what we're streaming in?
I think I'm streaming in my YouTube and my Facebook group and my Facebook page. I think so anyway. And I think it's also streaming to Brianna's YouTube as well, which would be
Okay.
awesome because unfortunately, Brianna can't join us because she's over in Florida where they have that awful hurricane at the moment. So she is just staying safe and with her family. But she made sure she was like, please go into my group. So we haven't taken over or hijacked it. She has given us permission. So
That's right. Yeah. So Brianna is just, yeah, I don't think she has internet, but she is, I think last we heard, everything is okay with Brianna, but she's just not able to join us today. So I guess we'll talk about why we're here. Hannah, do you want to let them know what we're talking about
yeah,
and why
I'm
we're
gonna
going live today?
I'm putting in the link there to show you where to go to find out. We are doing a new crochet along. So if anyone has been following us before, Michelle, Brianna, and I have done, this is like our fourth one now, isn't it? Our fourth crochet along.
Yeah.
And
Our
basically,
fourth.
I know it's mad, isn't it? We basically have so many ideas and we love putting these events together to show people like what they really can achieve and what they can do. So we've done color work, we've done cozy stitches, we've done cables, and now we are doing garments. We are doing cardigans, and we're
Yes.
here to prove that they're not as scary as you might think.
Yeah.
We're going really simple stitches, but we're going to stretch people and give people loads of choices with all the different constructions, aren't we?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be so fun to see what people are going to make, like
I know.
what styles they're going to choose. I can't wait. I can't wait. Already all my tester pictures were just amazing. It was so
Yeah,
fun
same,
seeing them. And
same. And they look so different, don't they? Just using a different color of yarn or
yeah,
different, finishing or different buttons or all that kind of stuff. And so we've
that's right.
basically put together, we've each done a design of cardigans, but like it's not just a bog standard, is it? We've gone for different lengths, we've done different fastenings, different necklines, different like sleeves or no sleeves, buttons, pockets, belts, hoods, like literally everything and anything you can think of, we've kind of thrown at them, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because we want to challenge you. We want you to pick everything that you want to make from it and create your perfect cardigan.
Yeah.
And the other level is that we have done different constructions, haven't we? All three of us have used
Yes.
different construction.
Yes.
So hopefully no one will get bored. And if you want to make all three, then go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what we're saying is I know it's only a month, so that could be a little ambitious to make 3 cardigans. So really just pick your cardigan. If you can do a couple during the cal, that's great, but if you can only do one, that's fine. I mean, we're always around to help you. So we're hosting it during October, but if it takes you longer, know that you can continue posting pictures in our groups. We're always here to support you. So, and the construction, so we each designer took a different construction. So mine's flat, all in one piece, working from the bottom up. Hannah's done side across. Brianna's done top down. So we're showing you can make cardigans all these different ways, but these are simple cardigans to make. And we want you to be able to customize them for your style. So as you can see behind me, I have the long version with the belt and pockets. It's the same pattern. That's what's so cool. This is the exact,
Amazing.
the crop and the long, it's the same pattern. It's just changing the length and just changing maybe your collar up a bit and not adding the buttons, adding some pockets. So it really is so much easier to make than maybe what you think. The biggest thing, and we were talking about this with Caitlin, is probably gauge. So that I think is the most important thing when doing a garment, is making sure that you meet the gauge, or that you're close to the gauge, that you use a similar weight yarn to get the pattern to fit you. That's something you don't want to skip. You want to check your gauge, because we don't want you spending making all this time and effort making your sweater and then it be way too big or way too small.
Yeah, it's the most important step, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, just don't skip it.
Don't skip.
And if you do, yeah, ask us questions about it. Like,
Yeah.
if you've done a gauge swatch and it doesn't look right, then post it in the Facebook groups. That's the whole point of this crochet along. Because I think like lots of people stop at that, don't they? They feel like they've fallen at the first hurdle because they can't meet the gauge. But actually, don't fall at that hurdle, because we're here to help you. We will figure it out. We will get you there. So come and show us your gauge swatch. I love a good gauge swatch. So come and show us.
Yeah. Show us your gauge
We've got,
swatches. That's what they can start out with, posting in the group right away. Post your gauge
yeah,
swatches and let us know.
yeah,
Let us know how you're
definitely.
doing. So adjust your hooks, change your hooks
Yeah.
to get that gauge. We're using worsted weight yarn. So you can order. We've used Brava tweed. We love the tweed. It's amazing. It's soft. It came out amazing for these. But if you have worsted weight yarn at home and you want to get started right away, then start off with your swatch and see if you can meet. I would say that Brava is a real, like, kind of, I don't know, Hannah, maybe right in the middle of it. It's not like a super heavy worsted. It's not
No,
too light. Kind of right in the, it's kind of right in the middle.
I agree. Yeah, definitely. And I think over here in the UK, so it's, I would equate it to kind of what we call an Aran weight. It is a good bouncy yarn, I would say, isn't it? It's got a good weight to it.
And it's really soft. So I find, I mean, I don't know for you, Hannah, but like I find with me when I'm doing gauges, like if you're working with a worsted that's a bit stiffer, not as it's soft, maybe like a Red Heart Super Saver, it's going to gauge bigger. It's going to come out most likely bigger than where this is a nice soft. So, but anyways, play with the yarns that you have. Play with what you have, and or get your yarn ordered. Probably take about a week to get it, and then you can jump right in with us. The crochet along starting October 3rd.
But it's not
And
that it's hard and fast, is it? It's like if it takes you a week to get your yarn, then you've got a whole week to plan out which version you want to make. Because like it might take you that long because there's like 600 different versions, aren't there? Because we've sized it all the way from child sizes all the way to 5XL adult. So when you get your patterns, have a really good look, and have a look at the construction, see which one appeals to you. I would say have a look at like the extras that you can add to it, and then go from there. Wouldn't you agree?
yeah, so here's one of my child sizes right here. So this is a 4, size 4. So this one, I chose to do it more like a tunic length. And I added the buttons. So like my long cardigan back here, I left off the buttons, but you can add the option to add the buttons in. So this kind of is what the little one is looking like. It turns out so cute. So we sized our child from 1 to 12. So right down to basically your little toddler size up to size 12.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see mine in the background behind me, but I've got lots of pictures of my 2 little boys wearing them. But I've got like toggles on, but not like complicated. They're literally like just sew on toggles. And I've got a rolled collar. But I let the boys choose. I let them choose which one they wanted. So, oh gosh, there's so many questions.
Okay, so let's start looking at the questions because they have been piling in here. People are commenting.
Lots of people
So
let me ping some up. Lovely. Oh, well, first of all, this, here we go. Laurel has said, thoughts to Couch Brown and her family. Already spotted Michelle's crop top and going to do all 3 plus some. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. People are excited. Oh, here we are. What's this one saying? It's a long one saying, I might not have time to do it during the cow period and have a pretty intensive pattern test, but as soon as my yarn arrives, I'll be making all 3. That's awesome. Like, this is just the beginning, isn't it? Like, we're basically running it for October, but you just make them as and when you like. Because like our videos will stay live on YouTube, won't they? Like indefinitely. So you can always go and access them.
Yeah. And Hannah's put in the comments as well, the easycrochetalong.com. That is the website you can go to find out all of the details, all the options. So the link is there. You can go and you can find all the details at easycrochetalong.com because this is going to be easy, right, Hannah?
Yes, that's the whole point. We picked easy stitches. We've picked really straightforward constructions, haven't we? They are really straightforward, like once you understand them. And I think like all 3 of us have gone like above and beyond in our patterns to explain the construction of the garments as well. Because like sometimes it's just such a puzzle, isn't it? Trying to work out how stuff goes together. And I think that's when people abandon stuff as well. Or I certainly do. If I can't figure it out, I'm just like, no. So we will get you there. Katrina said, I don't understand how to do gauge unless a pattern specifically tells me what stitches to use to test gauge. Yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Some patterns will tell you, won't they? And my patterns definitely do tell you what stitches to use for it. And they should do, shouldn't they? But if they don't, I would just say contact the designer to find out, because it's
Yeah.
absolutely crucial for a garment.
Or whatever the pattern's using. So for mine specifically, it's extended single crochet. Plus, I've also told you the gauge for the ribbing as well. But it's most important that you really get that gauge for the extended single crochet. And what you want to do is try to make a swatch that's bigger than 4 inches. So if you look at, we will tell you how many stitches and rows in 4 inches. So you want to go above that. So when you're making your little swatch, go larger than however many stitches we've told you in the 4 inches. And then do however many rows, like go more rows than what we've stated for the pattern. And then measure out and see, do you have that many stitches in 4 inches, right? And how many rows do you have in the 4 inches? And then I find, like, for the ribbing, so if let's say that you've decided to change the hook to get the stitch pattern, you're going to go down a hook size for your ribbing. So most likely, if you've changed, mine's a 5, let's say you've gone down to a 4.5, then you might want to do a 4 for your ribbing. Or if you've gone up, you might just want to go down the half hook size for that. But we're here to help you. If you have questions about that, please comment in the group, comment in the video. We definitely want to get you on the right track, because the gauge is going to be the most important thing to make sure you're successful. So we want to help you get on track with your gauge so that you can make some beautiful cardigans.
Definitely. And then we have this guy. So the event is only for the month of October, and then we do any others we want to in our own time. Absolutely. So yeah, the collection that we have put together of all 3 patterns, you'll see when we go through to the information page about it. That's only going to be available as a collection until the end of the crochet along at the end of October. But you will be able to get the patterns individually in our stores, but they won't be such a good deal. Basically, we've put them together to help save you some money on it, so that then you can literally have all of them to choose from. And we've done a really, really good deal for the children's sizes, haven't we? They're like less than half price of what they will be when they're in our stores. So if you can, go grab it all, I would say, because then you've definitely got it, and hopefully you will get the bug for making them. And like, I've made like 4 already, and I'm starting another one. Like they're actually quite fast, aren't they? In the worst
They work up really, really quickly. Like, it didn't take any time to do the little one. Because I was like, well, I have to make a little one. I almost want to make the size 1 just to see how cute it's gonna
be. The one with the toggles behind me, that's a 3 to they're all the same sizes, but I get confused with the numbers that you use. Basically, it's age 3 to 4, that one with the toggles. And it's really dinky, and it looks really cute on my little Oliver.
I find when I've been working with a lot, like I've done a lot of sweaters lately with fingering weight yarn. So as soon as I switched over to a worsted again, it's funny how your hook all of a sudden seems huge. Like my hook felt like so big, and I was like, oh wow, this is gonna, like, I'm gonna crochet this up in no time.
It's such a treat, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a treat.
And that kind of, we chose, obviously because of the time of year, we chose this weight of yarn, but also because then if you're a beginner and you don't want to invest loads of time and energy into something you're not sure about, and you just want to make sure it's done fairly quickly, then maybe try these, and then it will give you the confidence to go on and do something in fingering weight yarn. Because like Michelle, your color block sweater, like that's a top down, am I right in saying? Like in fingering weight. So like if you make the top down version of this crochet along, then you've got everything you need to be really brave and go and do Michelle's amazing color block one.
Someone just commented, fingering weight, don't those sweaters take a long time to make?
I saw that.
I found my color block went really quickly, but I did use double crochet stitches. So even though I was doing a fingering weight, I did double crochet, and I can just whip double crochet. I'm so fast with that stitch. Now I did that waffle stitch in fingering weight, and that did take me a long time. And I just say out front, that's a labor of love, but it
I
came
remember
out
you
so,
making that. I
yeah,
remember
you
everyone
remember
was
how
saying,
long
"Oh,
it took
it's
me.
still not done. It's still
I
not done."
know. And that's because I do a million things at once as well. So I'm not just focused on that. So I'll have projects. And if you're like that too, like have different projects on the go, some that you can finish quickly so you can get that instant gratification, have some more long term. But for a waffle stitch for that specific pattern, it certain stitches come out really bulky.
Yeah.
So it worked well to use a lightweight yarn. Like if I did it in this worsted, it would be bulk, right? It would be really, really bulky. Where I feel we picked stitches that were simple, that, you know, aren't adding too much bulk to the piece. So we wanted to keep them really beginner friendly and for you to be able to make them fairly quickly. It will take obviously longer to do a long version, but it's still going to work up surprisingly quick. You're going to find.
I don't think my duster one didn't take me any longer than like a regular blanket. Like if you
Yeah.
think of the amount of stitches in it, it's no more than like a blanket. So, you know, and you can make it, well, I don't.
Probably less still.
Yeah.
I've been doing all those mosaic blankets and
Oh, yeah.
cardigans felt like a breeze.
Definitely. Oh, you might know more than me on this. How do you feel Joanne's big twist? Would that be
Oh, we don't have a Joanne's in Canada, so I'm
oh,
not sure about Joanne's. Big twist would be, I mean, it says big, so I'm wondering, is that a worsted weight yarn or is it like a bulky yarn?
yeah. I'm not sure. You'd have to look at the yardage on it. It should tell you, shouldn't it?
And
On the
yeah, look at the yardage, look at the weight, what number it is. And also we might as well just put this out there too. When our blogs go live, which they will October 3rd, we will have some substitutes listed. But if you go to yarnsub.com,
yeah.
it gives you a great list of substitutes. So go to yarnsub.com, put in Brava or Brava Tweed, and it's going to give you so many different options. So depending on, you know, where you live, what store, um, it will give you lots of options. So definitely check that out.
Look, lovely Christine knows big twist, and she said it's worsted weight and works up really nice. So
There
that's
you go.
so that's probably a good option then. And then, gosh, there's so many comments. I'm picking it back from here and there. Lots of people excited to join us and everything. Where do you find the cow? So we'll pop that link in there. Shall I just show everyone? I'll share my screen and show everyone what it looks like when you get there, because then
Okay.
we can. Has that worked? Oh, I think it has. So basically, this is our easycrochetalong.com. And so you go here, and then we've got a little introduction from us all to tell you all about what the options are and what you can do. And then there are 3 options here. You can get the patterns here, and that will take you through to where you can purchase all of the patterns all together. And I say that will be at a really good discount. The next section here where it says sign up for the CAL here, because there will be a free option on our blog. So as Michelle said, on Monday, everything will go live on our blogs, and we're going to share the adult crop version for our cardigans. So if you're happy just to make the crop version and you're happy to scroll our blogs with the advertising on them, then that's a good option for you. But either way, join in our Facebook groups, because that's where we're going to be sharing and going live and doing all of our help and support. And whichever option you choose, you can access the videos that we've each done, like over an hour long video, haven't we, for them?
Yeah.
And we will be here for you for support, whether you choose to purchase the patterns or whether you don't. But the children's sizes won't be included on the blog, and the longer versions. So yeah, go here, and then it will tell you all again about the crochet along, where to join, how to find our community groups, and then it lists out exactly what you get with each option that you choose. This is where you'll go to find where the crop versions are on our blogs, because like everyone's like, where's the link, so go there on Monday and you'll be able to find them. And then we've also done a page about each of the different designs and what the options are for them. So you can, we love, all three of us love taking pictures, don't we? So we've just got a
Yes,
ton
we do. Yes,
of
we do.
a ton of pictures of all of them. I was like, I can't fit them all on, but just to kind of give you inspiration as to what they look like on different people, you know, the different lengths and the child sizes and all that kind of stuff. So go and have a browse of everything, and yeah, hopefully that will help you decide which version you want to make.
Mm-hmm.
There we are. Oh. So yeah, so go and grab your yarn. Everyone's talking about yarn now at the bottom.
A lot of people know. I mean, if you're in the States, yeah, you're gonna
Everyone knows, yeah.
have Joann's, and you guys have got so many more options. You do. Really do.
I would say over here in the UK, like, so Paintbox Aran, if you're looking for another acrylic, Paintbox Aran is a good substitute for it, and also Sirdar Worsted Weight Classic. That they're the two ones over here in the UK if you want, because obviously we're aware that we've used this Brava tweed, but that will probably take about 2 or 3 weeks to get to anyone over here in the UK. So if you're looking for something to substitute and start making along with us, then I would go for one of those two.
Just looking at comments here, and I found, where did it go now? Oh, they ordered the ebook, but not sure how to access it. Hannah? Yeah.
Yeah, so when you go through, we use a platform called Thrivecart, and then when you purchase through there, you get sent an invoice, and when you bought it, it should have popped up with the invoice on your screen, and on that screen there'll be 2 blue links, and they're the links that you click, and it will take you to where the patterns are. So if you don't have that screen open anymore, that's no problem at all. Just go into your emails, and sometimes it will send the invoice to junk, so have a look through your junk and your spam and see if you can find it there. And that invoice will have something at the bottom that says access my purchases, and you just click on that link and it will take you to them. But if neither of those options work, because like computers like do weird and wonderful things, don't they, then just email us and we can go into the system and we can get it sorted for you and resend the invoice. So don't worry, we'll get them to you.
Yep. And somebody also had mentioned, where do I get the yarn? So we have links in all of the patterns. So if once you've purchased your collection of the different patterns, you can click either right through the link and it will take you right where to get the exact yarn that we used, or you can go to wecrochet.com or crochet.com, and we use Brava tweed. So that is the yarn that that we used for all of the,
which we love. If you don't like the tweedy bit, I know someone who doesn't like tweed, so they pick all the bits out. So if you don't like tweed, it's an exact match for Brava worsted, which comes in like a gazillion colors, doesn't it? Like,
and they have speckle and they have stripes now too.
Oh yes,
for Brava. I think this, not sure if the stripes is on crochet.com or if it's on Knit Picks, but
oh yeah, there's loads of options.
Yeah, they do. They have loads of options in the Brava, which is one of the reasons we chose it. I mean, we were just drawn to the color palette. We used all 6 colors that it comes in because we just loved, we thought this is the colors we want for this collection. So we picked the Brava tweed. So yeah.
And here we have a question. So what would be the easiest pattern or style to choice in Child's for a beginner? I think that it's I think you could go with any of them, honestly.
Yeah, we've designed each of them to be beginner friendly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, whichever one you feel drawn to, all of the YouTube videos are live on our channels right now. So if that helps make your decision easier, go check out the YouTube videos and see which one that you're drawn to. So Brianna's is going to go top down. She has the option for a hood, but you don't have to do the hood, right? So she's going top down with hers. Hannah's going side across, and then mine is worked flat, all in one piece from the bottom up, basically the back through. So mine just goes in a flat piece, very simple. But all of them, we've designed them to be very beginner friendly.
Yeah, definitely.
And now
Um,
the big button, I know I saw somewhere someone asked about the big buttons. I know I've linked the buttons, the exact buttons on to Amazon that I used. But Amazon is, you can find buttons, but any of your craft stores are going to sell them as well. But I've linked, I know in my pattern, Hannah, your buttons.
my toggles, they're from Amazon as well. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
love that.
And
I love
most of
that
us
you can
link
just,
all of that in the patterns. You've linked all of your stuff too. Yeah.
and I love that you can just change a fastening and it completely changes the whole look of the thing. Like,
Yes, I'm really glad that you chose the toggles. Like, because it does give it a different look and it looks amazing, Hannah. I
I
love
searched, for so long for them because I knew like exactly what I wanted them to look like. So yeah, and they sew on. You don't have to worry about there's no buttonholing or anything like that. You literally just sew them on where you want them. So you can also make it into a wrap cardigan. You could like wrap it across if you made a slightly oversized version.
Well,
So
that's sort of a handy tip though, just that people can know, like if they've, like for instance, mine, like you could add toggles after the fact.
yeah,
So if you don't do the buttonholes, like I've shown how to do buttonholes with this one, but you could always add if you feel like afterwards you wanted to add toggles, then you don't have to worry about buttonholes.
and that's why we've called it the Creative Cardigan Collection, because we really want you to be creative. We have just given you a blueprint, like quite an extensive blueprint, but a blueprint for like, this is what you can make, these are all the things you can make, so go and be creative and make it your own. So this person is asking, is blocking needed for cardigans? So it's funny, we were talking about this, weren't we, before, because we've used acrylic yarn. It doesn't need the same like level of blocking as other fibers, does it? So I hardly blocked mine. Mine was also almost the measurements that it needed to be, but it gives it that something extra. I think it makes it just look much neater, much more professional. You get a much better finish, and your seams will be much neater and much nicer. And I think because yours is all completely flat, well, and mine's flat as well, actually, like it's a lot easier to block it, isn't it? Like before you do any seaming.
Yes. Yeah. I just find, the block, like, it is that extra step, but it really does finish. It really does finish it nice, and it makes seaming so much easier because everything will line up perfectly.
Yes.
Right. So when you measure it out, so for mine, I just soak it in, I use my bathroom sink. I just, because the kitchen sink, who knows what's in there sometimes. So like I use my bathroom sink and I just add a little bit of dish soap. You can use wool wash. I usually always link that in my pattern. And I just let it soak in lukewarm water for about 25 to 30 minutes. Let that soak out. Then I squeeze out all the as much water as I can get out. And then I wrap it in a towel, which is kind of the trick so that it's not like sopping wet. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think maybe the long one, I had to do a couple towels, like to try to get out.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah,
because it's so big, isn't it?
water. And then I get the big blocking mats, like just those big foam mats. And I
Yeah.
think I've linked them to like Walmart or something. You can get the really big ones. So, because especially the bigger your cardigan and the longer, you need like a big area. I've eventually been growing my collection of blocking mats so that I can block really big stuff. And then I just lay it, and for mine I start at the back and I make sure that my width is right, and then I do my length, and then I go to the sleeves and I just work around, and I get the big, I don't know if you have these pins, but I got the big ones now that make it so much easier.
I love them.
Oh,
They've got like 4 or 5
yeah.
prongs on them, haven't they?
I
I
should
love them.
show them. Where are they? I think I'm not sure where I.
They can be quite feisty though, can't they? They're really sharp, so just be careful.
Yeah, and then I just block it out, and then I just let it dry. I just let it. So I just keep learning more things to make it easier, like having those bigger pin things. I'm like, okay, well, I've got to get more of those because that I don't have so many like little pins to. And then you just let it fully dry, and then it just comes out. It just comes out so nice, and then you can seam it up. I mean, mine just has the seaming here and down the side, very limited seaming. So
Yeah. I want to show you this comment, Michelle. I don't know if you saw it. This person has entered your Peekaboo Croc Cardi in the local fair.
oh
And we'll find out how
wow,
they do it. And it's really lovely because there's lots of comments then following on, wishing you good luck. So good
Yeah,
luck, Elizabeth.
good luck.
I lo I love that
A lot
design.
of my
I lo
designs people have entered and won, like, first prizes. I get sent a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got some messages from them recently, and I was so happy, like, I was so proud.
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's been a really popular. Yeah, that was a fun one for the summer. It's nice and airy, and but these are nice and cozy. Like, these are gonna be really nice, take you right into winter. This one is almost like a house coat. I call it like my coat now. It's like a house coat, and
Yeah,
it's just it's
nice.
so warm. I could just live in it. Yeah.
Definitely. And then Katrina said, which type of cardigan typically has the easiest sleeves, specifically the armpits, top down, side to side, or flat panel? Well, again, I think we've specifically made them so that they are all straightforward. They are all easy.
Yeah, they're
Mine doesn't have mine because mine go in long rows. So you make the sleeves separately in long straight rows. So there's no increasing or decreasing or anything for my sleeves. So that's like the offset of that is that you then do have to seam them in place. But the other option is to not make sleeves at all. Just sleeves. I made a vest version of mine, so
yeah.
if sleeves really scare you, then just don't bother making them.
Mhm.
But
Well,
yours
that's
are really
mine
simple,
too.
aren't
You
they?
can completely leave the sleeves off mine because how it's all worked in one piece. I join on and chain out to make my sleeves, which is it's a very simple way to make your sleeves, but if you don't want to add those on, you just keep going and
Yeah,
just do your front panels, and this could totally be a vest as well,
yeah.
which is
And then because Brianna's is top down, it would be in the round. So that would be your stitches are already there. Your stitches are
yep,
there ready. So that kind of sleeve, like I think all of the sleeve constructions we've done is really quite straightforward. And again, we're here to help. So whichever you pick, it won't be a problem because we'll get you there.
mhm.
Oh,
I'm
Mandy is
wondering if I'm wondering if we've caught all the questions. I'm like
yeah, I
going
know.
through
Go back and read them
trying.
probably.
Oh, I know there was one here. I'm not in the US. Where can I buy the ebook? So it doesn't matter what country you're in. You can purchase it. So you want to go through that link that the easy crochet
I put it in again.
along.com that we have. And I imagine it's in the description as well. It's in the comments
Yeah,
for
but you got
sure.
that
Hannah
where
just added it again. And you click through that, and it doesn't matter what country. Hannah's in the UK. I'm in Canada. Brianna's in the US. All three of us are from different countries, and we sell our patterns everywhere,
yeah,
don't we,
around the world.
Hannah?
And our crochet alongs, like we've had people join from I think literally every continent, haven't we?
Yep.
Like so, and time zones wise and all that kind of stuff. Just don't worry. Crochet alongs are just to be nice and enjoyable and fun and easy. So whenever you're ready to post your pictures, whenever you want to post your questions, just post them. Like we won't get to them straight away, but we do every single day during our crochet alongs go through all of our groups, don't we? And check
Yeah.
see if anyone has any problems or questions. And they're like really supportive groups as well, aren't they? So if we don't get to it, someone else will. So
Yeah,
just
that's
come and
right.
join. Come and join.
Yeah, I mean, the whole, I think, great thing about these crochet alongs is that we're just doing stuff together. It's that community feel that everyone can post, ask questions, feel like we're sort of all, working on the same thing. It's just a fun way to kind of connect too. Just with other people that share the similar interest,
Yeah.
right? Like, I
Mm.
mean, and that's why I love collaborating with Brianna and Hannah because working on my own most of the time, it can be, really kind of secluded. And I just love having the, time where we can chat together and just that community, like talk about, we do the same thing. We like almost kind of live the same lives in our different countries. And then getting to do this along with our followers just makes it that much more fun. It's just,
It
yeah.
does, it does. And like the three of us seem to have really connected, haven't we? And like our audiences really seem to enjoy the same things. And so like we all love making and designing garments and all of our audiences seem to love making them. So we were like, well, let's do cardigans. Let's do them all together and enjoy it together.
Mhm. So Katrina here, she says that makes her feel better. And do you want to know what I love about a lot of these? Like, I mean, this my style for sure. It's like you can go and you can look at the schematic and you can see, and all of our patterns include those schematics, so you can see how big those sleeves are. And mine, the way it's designed, you could make your sleeve even bigger if you wanted, right? So you could just add some more rows, and all of them, just look at the style you're doing and see. Brianna's, to make it bigger, you would just do another increase. Like when you're working top down, you just do another round basically of increases. Generally, how, haven't looked at her specific pattern, but I'm going to assume that that's kind of the way it's done. And Hannah, probably is my guess with yours, you could make a bigger sleeve and attach it if you wanted.
Easily. Yeah, you just because we're working the sleeves separately, you just work some more rows. And then you can set, we have got some slip stitches which shape the armhole here. So you do need to kind of figure that out before you start. But you can definitely make them bigger or smaller just to suit you. Definitely.
Yeah, and that's what's nice, because we really are all different shapes and sizes. So looking at the schematic always before, and knowing your measurements. That's always a good tip as well, is like, know your measurements. Even measure your favorite sweater. Like,
Yeah.
something that you know fits you really well, and you're like, I like this sleeve width, I like this amount of ease. Mine's, I think, around that, like 3.5 inches of ease. So like, kind of see what you like for fit, and then pick your size accordingly, right? So you may normally be a medium, but you decide you want a small because you want that fit, or you want to go up to a large because you want it to be more oversized. So measure your sizes, measure your arms, measure your hips, because that, like, if you're doing a longer one, you may want to go up because you maybe want it to fit your hips a little bit better. I have to take that into account for my own body type, because my hips, are a little bit bigger, so I like to make sure that I've got enough ease there for my
Same,
hips.
I did. I made a size up for the longer version for me, and then the size down, because obviously the cropped one you want to cinch in a bit, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I made two different sizes, and they look really different on me as well. But yeah, oversized stuff, it seems to be really trendy at the moment, doesn't it? Long oversized stuff. So
Yeah,
and I would encourage everyone to not just, as like tempting as it is, not to just crack the pattern open and go to where it says row 1. Like, read every piece of information before it gets to then, like, prepare yourself to make this. Like, that's the whole excitement of it as well. And if you do all of the steps and processes of the gauge swatch and working out the yarn, working out which size you're going to make specifically for you first, then I think, like, you'll absolutely fly, and this will be the beginning of wonderful garments for you.
Yeah.
Amanda,
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be hooked. I got so
yeah,
many. I have, like, you can see part of my
oh my
rack back. My
God.
collection keeps growing. All of my garments, it keeps growing, and I just can't get. I am always thinking of something else that I wanna
Yes,
make.
yes, the same.
You
And I keep making them for, I make at least 1 or 2 versions for me, and then for my boys as well. So, like, I'm making so many garments, but we do all wear them. We're always known for being warm and cozy, our family, so
Oh yes, you guys have to go check out the beautiful pictures of Hannah's boys. She's the most adorable boys, and that's one of the things I love about all of her designs, is that I'm gonna get to see those beautiful boys being modeled. They're so cute.
Oh, it's getting a bit more challenging. So you'll see in the pictures that we have for these, they're wearing shorts with them, and like, because it was obviously we have to be far ahead, don't we, for all of our designs and stuff. And like,
Yes.
I don't mind in the middle of summer. So I think I took these pictures in like July, some kind of time. I don't mind being hot; it's fine. But like my 2 and 5-year-old, I couldn't be like, you have to bundle up. It's really hot. So
Well,
I
you
let them wear
should.
shorts. I let them wear shorts, but actually they look really cute in them
Oh,
with
they're
shorts.
adorable. They're
So
adorable. They're perfect models. And my daughters modeled for me, but it was also in July, and we were in Lake Louise, Alberta. So beautiful mountains,
yeah,
but it was so hot. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. And these girls were just like, "Are you seriously going to make me model a sweater?" And I'm like, "Yes, 'cause I'm not
It's
coming back to
amazing.
Lake Louise to get these pictures." So my girls, and Emma loved, like, she absolutely loved the crop version. It's her style completely. So she's taking it when she gets home. She's coming
I
home
think
October 7th. So she's stealing this one back. But
that's what
yeah,
we
it was.
I can't believe she let you take it home. I was really surprised.
I know, I would have left it for her, but I was like, "Ah, I might need it still, like, for more pictures and stuff." So, but yeah, mine are much older. My girls are, but they're still modeling for me, so
Good,
which is fun.
good.
I think they're almost harder when they're teenagers, Hannah. Just wait.
Oh gosh. Oh, people are asking, so where do we find the info about the count? And then lovely Mandy has said the link doesn't seem to make it over to YouTube. So I think she's popped it in our YouTube. That's
Oh, thank you
so
so
much.
much, Mandy.
Thank you, Mandy. Thank you. But I think the other thing to say is, like, on the page with the information about it, there's where to sign up, because the best way that we can let you know about what's happening and when it's happening is to join our newsletters, to join our email
Yeah.
list. And we'll let you know every day that we're going to go live, because obviously we're juggling around all three of our families. Sometimes it might change the days and the times. So just join the email list and we'll let you know every time we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
And the Facebook groups as well. And come on, yeah. Mandy was in the We Crochet. We were just live with We Crochet as well. And Mandy was there with us too. So people are following us around the internet. That's lovely.
I know. Well, I feel like I don't think I went live since our last crochet along. So I've been like, I don't know, summer's always so busy for me.
Summer's a hard
Yeah,
time.
summer gets crazy, but now we're right into, I can't believe it's going to be October. The September has flown by.
Absolutely. But
But
yeah, we're excited. Well, because I mean, over here our clocks changed. Do you have a change of clocks in
we
October?
do. We change at the beginning of November.
Yeah, so yeah, ours is the last weekend of October. So yeah, the nights are drawing in, so it's time to get crocheting in these evenings.
So I think we've probably covered everything. Plus,
I'll just have a quick whiz back and make sure just about the sleeves. Big twist, lots of chat about big twist. Yeah. But I think, yeah, the main thing is just go on over and have a look and join us, and then everything else will get explained as you go along.
Yeah, once we sign off here, we'll make sure everything's in the description box. So, I mean, if you're watching the replay, everything will be there, everything you need. So I'll probably hop over to my YouTube channel and make sure that I get that link posted. But as soon as we close off here, we'll make sure all the links are available for everybody so you can get all of the details.
Definitely. And we'll be posting about it on like our social media channels and stuff like that. So go and find us over on Instagram or wherever you normally follow us, and you'll be able to find it there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. But oh gosh, thank you to everyone who said hello and everything. Well, I'm sorry we can't like go through every single one of them. Gosh.
I know.
But yeah, we are very excited to see what you make. And what colours, like we didn't even say about what colours you choose and stuff. Like, come and show us your colours when you choose them and so on. But I would just take it steady. Take this first week to kind of figure out which design, what yarn you're going to use, all that kind of stuff. Get all your materials together. There's absolutely no rush. And just come on and join us when you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. I think. Oh. Brilliant.
Okay. Cool. So I think we can.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything that's there. We will be back, as I say, come and sign up for the emails, and then we'll let you know when we're live. But we're going to do one a week, aren't we? And then maybe some little cheeky ones if we can slot them in. So
yes, we'll try to fit them in. Yeah.
We'll try and do some sneaky ones in. So yeah, so have a wonderful. It's the evening time for me, but it's like middle of the day for you, isn't it, Michelle? So whatever time of the day it is, have a lovely rest of your day, and we'll see you all again soon.
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you so much. Take care.